hold short of runway 8.
SayIntentions promises an AI ecosystem for flight simulation. It's popular with airline simmers who use it for unscripted air traffic control with realistic voices, co-pilot interaction, and multilingual support. But as a helicopter enthusiast, I want to see what it's like for its mission capabilities here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. With its SkyOps module, SayIntentions offers dynamic activities anywhere in the world, like search and rescue, firefighting, and cargo. You tell it what you want to do, and you interact with various characters as you get things done. In this video, I'll try a search and rescue mission in British Columbia, and I'll come back here to Australia for a VIP transport activity. And if you're interested in checking out SayIntentions for yourself, anyone can get a free 24-hour trial. And if you want to enter into a monthly subscription, you might consider using the affiliate links in the video description. That's no extra cost to you, but potentially a benefit for me and what I'm doing with this channel. Now, this is not a paid video. I'll be giving you my 100% honest reactions. It's worth noting too that SayIntentions is under continuous development, so things may have changed by the time you see this. So let's get on with trying this thing out, and let's fly! And it's good morning from Blackcomb Helicopters in Whistler, British Columbia, where I will take up this rather awesomely liveried, if that's a word, CowanSim H130 helicopter, complete with its HEMS fit out. Let's get on board. So this is what the HEMS fit out looks like. Now, SayIntentions doesn't load or unload all of this for us, or animate it, anything like that. That is just standard as part of the Cowan simulations pack. So here is what the app looks like. It just sits in the background. You leave it on there the whole time. A little bit of information there about the kinds of missions we will do, and we're going to start with a search and rescue one. So just a couple of things to set up in here that I've learned. That is the wrong tail number, so I'll just correct that. So Charlie Foxtrot Tango India Tango. So I just update the tail number up here and just hit auto on here. This is what the ATC will call me. So that's all okay there. Actually, we're not really in controlled airspace here, so that might not be relevant for this flight anyway. And it's very important to have helicopter or something like medevac or helicopter set as your call sign here, so that SayIntentions SkyOps knows what to do with your flight. So SkyOps is the activities part of SayIntentions, and if you don't call yourself helicopter or medevac, or there's a few other things that are listed in the manual, then it won't know what to do with your flight. It won't understand what you're capable of. So a few things that I have set up here. On my main trigger, I have got the comm radio going out on that. And I've got a couple of other buttons too to trigger the intercom over there as well. So this just allows me to talk to whoever is set up on the two intercom channels, as well as the main comm radio output. So intercom then. Now on channel 1 for this, passenger SkyOps, yes, that's correct. And I'll have Andrea and Patrick there. Canadian trained search and rescue technicians, perfect. So they'll be there. On channel 2, do I need a tour guide on this flight? No, I don't. So Sarah, no offense, I'll bring you back on a later flight. So we'll disable that second intercom channel there. Otherwise I'd be getting helpful sightseeing commentary on my SAR flight, not needed in this case. And the next thing to do is to get SkyOps on frequency here. So 122110, enter, and I could have just flipped that as well. So transfer, there we go. All right, so let's call SkyOps. Hello, SkyOps. This is helicopter Tango India Tango on the ground at Blackcomb Helicopters Whistler. We are looking for a search and rescue mission within 25 nautical miles.
Mission on request. This will take a minute or two.
Okay, so you see we get a response there. So that was just me holding down the trigger, push to talk, and just to tell SkyOps what I want to do on that frequency 122.11. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of that sound effect. Oh, again?
Helicopter Charlie Foxtrot, Tango India Tango, SkyOps, good morning. We have reports of a hiker mauled by a bear near Panorama Ridge, Garibaldi Provincial Park. Coordinates are approximately latitude 49.96, longitude -123.00 AEN, about 37 kilometers south of Pemberton, rough heading 190 from your position. One critical patient to be transported to Whistler Healthcare Center. IKO is Charlie Alpha Whiskey 4. Hospital staff are on standby. We're sending your crew over now. Expect to be airborne in a few minutes. Contact operations once you have a visual on the site.
Roger, we will contact ops when we have a visual on the site. Helicopter Tango India Tango. Alright, so that seemed to be good.
Copy, standing by for your update.
Okay, great.
Good morning, sir.
Oh.
You ready for this? The crew and I are loading up now. Just a moment.
Alright, so again, we don't get an animation or anything of this. It's, you know, we use our imagination for Andrea getting loaded in the back there, getting ready for our search and rescue mission. So that was pretty good. And what I can do is I've learned that if I look at the normal flight planner here, I can see the event down here, because what it is doing, SayIntentions, is loading some sim objects into the sim, and there they are down there, and this is at approximate heading of 190, he said. This is also repeated here on the SayIntentions plugin.
SAR-Tech's ready to go.
Inside the tablet here as well. Okay, we'll take off in about 2 minutes. That was just me on the intercom.
Got it, Matthew. Ready when you are.
Okay, excellent stuff. So that's all ready to go there, and it gives us the details here. What I might do, it's just coming back up here anyways to Whistler, so I think I could probably just improvise that part of it. We'll just go back down to the valley and fly back up to Whistler to get to the medical centre over there. So I think that will work. Actually, on second thoughts, and I think this was a good idea, I have actually put the flight plan in here. So I've put Charlie Alpha Whiskey 4 into the GTN 750 flight plan down here, because I thought it was actually up here. No, it's not. It's down here. So, what you would be advised to do is just to enter a flight plan. I also noticed that SkyOps doesn't quite recognise exactly where I am. It thinks I'm at Pemberton Regional Airport. No problem. I've just put this flight plan in anyway, and that's going to be our destination. So I think we're all fine there. Alright, there's the situation. We've got a gentle wind from the southwest, I think, approximately, and we'll just head down the valley down there. So we'll just turn around into that wind, and we'll just take off in this direction here. So we'll just pretend that I'm going to do calls here on Unicom. I'm, for the purposes of this video, not going to do that. As we just try and get a stable lift here. Into the wind. We're all good on our meters here, and no warnings, so nosing down, lifting collective, gathering speed, and off we go. As we pass over the town of Whistler, I think that's the helipad down there, so that's where we will be dropping off the casualty later. Let's just check in with the back. Okay, Andrea, I think we probably have 10 or 15 minutes to get to the site. How are you going back there? Everything ready?
All good here, Matthew. Everything's set. Remember last week's ambulance crash mission? That was intense.
So that was a previous mission I have done with Andrea on board, as she remembers that. Again, one of those nice little touches that SayIntentions throw in here for your immersion. So I think I need to get up to about 6,000 or 7,000 feet here. I'm only at 4,000 now, so I'm going to use the heli SAS here in the CowanSim H130. I'm holding speed, which means when I pull collective now, you see the first limit indicator coming up, and that will increase our rate of climb. What I might need to do later is, if this is not quite giving me enough power to climb, I might just nose up and let that speed come down, re-engage the speed again, and we'll hopefully get nicely up to our target altitude. Alright, I can just see a flare coming up here, so I think we are... There it comes here. Great. Let's just get onto the line to SkyOps. SkyOps, helicopter, Tango, India, Tango. We've got the incident site in sight, and we are coming into land. Okay, that was kind of faint, but I think he said advisory when you're on the ground. So we'll just get rid of some speed here. Got all the way up to, it's about 7,600 feet, I think. Wow, this scenery is quite something, isn't it? Andrea, what do you think of the scenery up here?
It's stunning, Matthew. Reminds me of our last mission in the Brisbane Ranges. Nature's beauty never gets old.
Nice. So on those long flights, you can actually have a chat with someone. Right, so this is looking like a very nice, flat, snowy landscape for me to bring the helicopter into. I have had issues in the past where, a little bit like the MSFS 2024 career mode, there are people down there. No problem. We're coming in, people.
Sartek's ready.
Check. So, it can put things in strange places. So I've had, look like we might have had a little bit of floating scenery objects in there, but I've had it way worse than that, where it's where there's been something in a steep gully, you can't get the helicopter in there anyway, and also you've got some floating objects and stuff. So look, it can happen in AI generated missions like this, and I have just lost sight of the people. Wow, that is quite something. I didn't want to go up onto here, so I just found that flatter part down there. Where are these people? Andrea, are we close enough for you to get to the site from this landing position?
Yes, Matthew, we're close enough to proceed from here.
Okay, interesting. I got a bit confused there. So a couple of things happened. SayIntentions, the app, just closed. And so I thought we were not running anymore. So, interesting. So I don't see the objects in the simulator anymore, so I can't show you what they look like. We'll just spool down, get into idle mode here, and open these doors for Andrea. Okay, Andrea, doors are open. You can go out now.
Exiting now, Matthew.
Alright, cool. Well, I guess now we just wait.
On the ground, Matthew, searching for Christopher now.
Roger.
Christopher located. He's stable but needs evacuation.
Okay, we're ready to take him on board. Okay, let me know when you've got Christopher on board and we're ready to take off, please.
Christopher is secure on board.
Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to close the doors and get us ready to depart.
Got it, Matthew.
Alright, let's just get ourselves spooled back up here. So the SayIntentions app has now just stopped twice. However, it has remembered where we're at in the mission, so I can just resume. I'll try to find out later on why the app closes like that, but the worst thing I suppose that happened was that we lost the sim objects in the game. So we don't get to see Andrea, unfortunately, but we would, under ordinary circumstances, get to see the characters waiting to be picked up. So let us get going on to Whistler. So I need to just pay attention to the incline here. So a bit more right cyclic than usual when we pick up, to get us even again. Just dragging along snow here a bit. Alright, I've got HeliSAS back on, and we're going to need to get down to that lake, so we will start to descend soon, but I'll just let SkyOps know what's going on. SkyOps, helicopter Tango India Tango, we have the casualty on board, and we are en route to Whistler.
Copy. Whistler Healthcare Center has been notified. Advise when skids are down.
Wilco, Tango India Tango. So let's hold that speed, and we will reduce collective, and we can start our long descent into Whistler from up here. Okay, Andrea, just a few more moments until we're down at the hospital landing pad.
Okay, almost there.
Cool. Right, so let's start to get this going. Now, I don't actually know which is the correct building here, so I'll just keep all of this ready here so I can hopefully see what's going on. See if I can spot it as we fly by. Okay, that looks like it there with the pink landing pad, possibly missing a texture, but that's alright, we can deal with that. I think that's where the gentle breeze is coming from, so maybe I'll just try and go around once more. Our speed's still 100 knots, so I'll just circle and get us ready to come in for that pad there. Oh, that's not too bad for landing in 2D. Let's just get back in, get the engine spooling back down, turn that horn off. Okay, Andrea, I'm opening up the doors now.
Doors open, ready for deployment.
SkyOps, helicopter Tango India Tango, we are on the pad at Whistler, ready to disembark the casualty. Alright, so copy, advise when ready for next task, that's what he said, so we are done here. Well, that was fun. I asked for a SAR mission within 25 nautical miles. Looks like I completed the mission in about 45 minutes in my time. So that gives you a bit of a sense of how long an activity would take. If you're sort of on a time budget and you don't have too long to do your simming, then you could ask SkyOps to get you the mission distance that seems to suit the time available to you. A bit of a pity about this strangely coloured landing pad. Also, as I said, SayIntentions the desktop app, did close twice when I was near the casualty. So I just wonder if me being there required some sort of assets that caused some sort of a problem in the application, and which caused it to exit. Not ideal. I did appreciate that I was able to get directly back in just by restarting the app, and I just sort of checked with the characters where the progress was and whether it was still active. They said yes, and we could just keep going, and I could successfully complete it. So that was a good thing. Well, I'll try something different this time. I am on home territory. This is Essendon Airport outside of Melbourne, Australia, and what I'm going to do is, well, I tried running a couple of firefighting missions, but from what I determined, the helicopter and helicopters that I chose didn't seem to have functioning water drop functionality that would be compatible with SayIntentions. So the documentation says that it works with the H145 from Hype Performance Group, which I've still not quite got round to installing in MSFS 2024. So instead, I am going to grab this Cowan Simulations Bell 222, and I am going to try a VIP transport mission. So in this case, Tango Lima Alpha, that can be my call sign. That's all fine. I think I've just knocked the volumes down a little bit on the external radio. I don't mind canned chatter. I just don't think that pre-recorded multiplayer proximity of people who were within radio range at some point in the past is quite what I want. So I've just unticked that. So I'll take live players, and we'll take canned. I think that's all fine. I've got Callum and Reese as my SkyOps people from Australia, excellent. And I've got Sarah with an Australian accent maybe as my tour guide on this VIP flight, good. That's the density I've chosen for commercial and general aviation traffic, and with some additional radio chatter as well. Don't know quite how that's going to work, but we'll see. Live weather, yes, check, got that, and I think that's everything covered for my settings here. So let's get on to the flight deck again. Well, in the back actually, let's just open that door up there, and that sets off an alarm up here, so we'll just acknowledge that. Good, alright, now let's get the old SkyIntentions app running in here again, and we will try getting in touch with SkyOps and seeing what we can do here about getting a VIP mission set up. So the advantage of the Bell 222 is that I actually am able to tune in that type of frequency there, so that's on there, and let's just give them a call. SkyOps, hello, helicopter Tango Lima Alpha on the ground at Essendon Airport, and we are looking for a VIP transport within 20 nautical miles.
Give me a minute. Let me see what we've got. I'll get back to you in a minute or two.
So that's in progress there. And hello, Sarah. Just checking that you're okay there in the back.
Hello there. I'm doing great back here. Thanks for checking in. Ready for some sky-high adventure facts whenever you are.
Tango Lima Alpha. Good evening. I got a mission that we need to get going right now. Your task is to transport Mr. Jonathan Steele, CEO of TechWave Innovations, and his assistant to Avalon IKO Yankee Mike Alpha Victor for a business meeting. Ensure a smooth and comfortable journey for our VIP. We're sending your crew over now. You can expect to be airborne in a few minutes.
Okay, that looks like a pretty good mission, so I can just fly that from memory. So that's good. So we'll be taking a southerly departure from Essendon. I suspect we'll probably be given... Oh, it's not visible on the map here. I suspect we'll be given runway 35, and we'll do a left-hand turn. We will exit at Westgate Bridge down here, follow the coastline, really, and come across the coast here to turn left into Avalon. Or maybe we will be landing from the south, really, isn't it, with the northerly wind? So maybe we'll just follow the coast down here and see what happens.
Good evening, Captain. We're just loading the luggage and securing the passengers. I'll let you know when we are secure and ready.
Alright, so that's good news from the back. So I've got both SkyOps and a tour guide loaded on board today with our two VIP people who are coming with us. So why don't I just get the aircraft all loaded up here. Let's see what we'll do. So why don't we just get people loaded in all of these seats here. And
we are secure, ready to go, Captain. Try and keep me updated on the flight so I can advise our guests.
Thank you for that, and we will commence our taxi in about 2 minutes.
Great, Matthew. Just a quick reminder of our last mission together. Flying that film director to the movie premiere was quite the experience. Looking forward to another smooth flight today.
That is an adventure that happened off screen, as it were. That was one of my practice runs that I did. So we've got some weight loaded on board here, cargo and people. So we're actually fully loaded in the Bell 222. What's it looking like here in the back? Oh, no one. Oh, we've got these two people. Oh, that'll do. So let's just close that. Yeah, SayIntentions doesn't handle any of that for us, so I'm just been doing that manually. That's all fine. Let's get these two engines throttled up. That's what I mean, yes. And the next thing we'll need to do is start talking to some ATC here in Essendon. I just noticed that in the tablet app at the moment, this airport lookup doesn't work, so I do it in the desktop app, and then it comes through into here, so it's not a problem. Not a problem in the end. Alright, so let us get ground on the radio here. That clicks over to here, 121.9, excellent. Essendon ground, hello, this is helicopter Tango Lima Alpha with information Golf on board. We are at the apron, hangar 7, and we are looking for taxi to runway 35.
Helicopter Victor Hotel Tango Lima Alpha. Essendon ground, runway 35. Taxi via Romeo, Charlie, Juliet, Papa, November, Bravo, hold short of runway 8, then Kilo, Kilo.
Taxi runway 35, Tango Lima Alpha. I'm not going to read back all of those things because also I think that instruction was slightly wrong. So look, I'm just going to release these brakes and we'll get this thing moving. Such is my professional and complete attitude to talking to all the people I'm supposed to talk to. So those cars I think aren't going to cut right in front of me, so let's just try our luck here. And there is a old trainer or something waiting for me to get in here, I think. Ah, and some traffic here at the airport, that's nice. Just a subtle sound effect there as well. I like that. Ground helicopter Tango Lima Alpha. We are holding at runway 08 on Papa for taxiing to runway 35.
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha. Continue taxi to runway 35 via Kilo, Kilo.
Taxi to runway 35 via Kilo, Kilo. Tango Lima Alpha. So, it didn't say cross runway 08, which I would have thought that you needed, but anyway, that's there.
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, contact tower on 125.1, safe flight.
Tower on 125.1 for Tango Lima Alpha. Essendon Tower, hello, helicopter Tango Lima Alpha. We are holding short at runway 35 for a VFR departure to the south.
Helicopter Victor Hotel Tango Lima Alpha, Essendon Tower, runway 35, winds 330 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35, Tango Lima Alpha. Okay, let's just make sure that there's no one on finals here. We're all fine. Alright, we're just taxiing onto the runway now and ready for takeoff. That was just for the SkyOps people in the back.
Roger that, Matthew. Safe travels.
Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo, hold short of runway 8.
I like being able to dim the chatter in the background.
Short of runway 8, Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo.
Now, will we see that person on our left here when we take off? Who was just on the chatter there. Okay, into position. Pulling collective. Pulling more collective. Even more collective, and up we float. Not very stable. Now, I think I'm looking at where I expected that person taxiing to be. Oh, there they are, actually. Just on the sort of the crossroads there. Looks like a light twin of some sort, so I guess that was the one that was calling. Cool. Gives you a bit more of a lively feel of stuff going on, a living world, as SayIntentions calls it. Okay, well, we're all fine here. Let's get these wheels up.
Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo, hold short of runway 8.
And we'll commence our left turn.
Holding short, Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo. Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo, cross runway 8. Crossing 8, Victor Hotel Kilo Yankee Romeo. Victor Hotel Lima India Sierra, holding short of 35, ready to go. Victor Hotel Lima India Sierra, winds 330 at 11, runway 35, cleared for takeoff.
And there they are down there, just taxiing into the runway now. Cool.
Takeoff 35, Victor Hotel Lima India Sierra.
Sierra. Oh, lovely pronunciation. Okay, so we will track the Westgate Bridge when I can spot it. Oh, there it is. In fact, it's right in front of me. Essendon Tower. Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, Flemington Racecourse, 1,500 feet, tracking Westgate Bridge for VFR departure to the southwest.
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, departure to the southwest approved. Remain clear of controlled airspace unless further clearance is obtained. Report clear of the zone.
Absolutely stunning evening in Melbourne, and I think we'll just report Essendon Tower, Tango Lima Alpha, leaving the zone to the southwest. I don't know, maybe I should have said-
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, you're leaving the Charlie airspace. Remain outside the Charlie. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved for Tango Lima Alpha. Okay, that's all that sorted out then. Easy, easy. How's everyone doing in the back there?
Everyone is doing well back here, Matthew. The passengers are settled and comfortable. Just a reminder of our last mission. Flying that film director to the movie premiere was quite the experience.
Yep, you did mention that last time, so that's
Since
great.
we're flying just south of Essendon Fields, let me share a bit about Essendon Airport. This airport is one of the oldest in Australia, officially opening in 1921. It was Melbourne's main airport until Tullamarine took over in 1970. During World War II, it was used by the Royal Australian Air Force and even hosted American military aircraft. These days, it's a hub for general aviation, charters, and emergency services. If you look closely, you might spot some vintage aircraft. It's a favorite spot for aviation enthusiasts and even the occasional film crew.
That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, well, here we come to Werribee Racecourse, just below us here. I have, in the meantime, got SayIntentions to look at Avalon Airport, which is just down the coast here a little bit further. So let's just call in to Avalon Tower now. 1201, make sure that goes into here. There we go, it's very convenient, that feature. Avalon Tower, hello, this is Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha with information uniform. We are at Werribee Racecourse, 1,500 feet for landing at the helipad at Avalon. Just to make sure that's clear.
Helicopter Victor Hotel Tango Lima Alpha, Avalon Tower, QNH 1008. Helicopter.
Okay, I interrupted that. That was a mistake. QNH 1008, and say again the rest of the last transmission, please. Okay, so I don't quite know what happened there. Did I make it worse somehow? Avalon Tower, Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, Northeast Quarry, 1,500 feet. Request landing at the Avalon helipad.
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, cleared to land at the Avalon helipad. Wind 250 at 16. QNH 1008. Report skids down.
QNH 1008 and cleared to land the Avalon helipad. Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha. Okay, so no kind of join instructions or anything, so just straight into the helipad. The way it repeated back the my request for awkwardly the Avalon helipad, it makes me think that it may not really understand what I wanted, but it cleared me for it anyway. I could actually be wrong about that, so we will see if we get scolded for doing the wrong thing. And I'll just call the cabin. All right, we are about 5 minutes away from touching down, so prepare for landing, please.
Got it. We're preparing for landing now. Everything is set back here for touchdown.
Okay, that's good. So everyone's ready in the back, and I've got the landing light on because I never turned it off, my usual bad habit. Okay, so let's get the landing gear down. Just see the helipad now. That's where that parked 747 is pointing to, on the other side there. And the wind's coming from the west, so that's looking pretty good here. Might just move back a bit in my seat so I can see down as well. Don't get a great view in the 222 through here. Slightly limited visibility. Well, that looks alright from the outside. Let's get these engines spooled down. We'll just disembark right here on the helipad. Parking brake on. Acknowledge that. Landing light off. Well, let's go back here. We'll just imagine they're going to those buildings over there. Acknowledge that. Okay, we are safe to disembark.
There's no crew aboard because you don't have an active mission.
Yeah.
To pick up a new mission, contact SkyOps dispatch on.
Yeah, just surprised that it doesn't sort of announce that the people are leaving or anything like that. It just sort of cuts the mission off. Feels a little bit unsatisfying in that area. Also, I forgot to call Tower. Avalon Tower, Tango Lima Alpha on the ground at the helipad.
Helicopter Tango Lima Alpha, roger. Winds 250 at 16. Landing at the helipad was at your own risk.
Correct, it was at my own risk, but actually you did clear me. So anyway, I won't say that on frequency. So that was reasonably clinical, I suppose. I didn't get to hear any details about what was going on in the back, and there was sort of no interaction with the passengers that were relayed to me through SkyOps. SkyOps just told me that the SkyOps crew, that is, just told me that everyone was fine in the back, and then when I got here there was no sort of end to the mission. But, you know, with that said, I was given an activity. I asked for a 20-mile range. It took me down to Avalon, which was just perfect for the amount of time I had. So that sort of feels good, and there was a little bit of a bit of AI commentary from Sarah, the tour guide voice, and I enjoyed that. They were pretty interesting and accurate announcements. In terms of providing me with a sort of a guided activity, and with the interest of interaction with air traffic control and potentially other general aviation aircraft that are, you know, controlled by AI. That was pretty interesting. It maybe wasn't quite as eventful as the search and rescue mission, but then again, on the other hand, it was maybe just what you're in the mood for if you want to have a variety in your helicopter flying. The next thing for me would be to figure out how I can maybe get those fire missions working and which kind of helicopter I need to use for those. So to finish up, some things that I like the regional accents that we get in air traffic control. I did notice that sometimes the voice kind of unexpectedly changed, like the character's voice was just a different voice and then it would go back to the first one again. I like the audio effects around using the radio, like the sort of the ground loop effect and the click effects when you release the trigger. I think that adds a nice little bit of extra immersion there for me. I think the general aviation traffic injection's working reasonably well. I like seeing the other aircraft going about their business in the scene that I'm in. It makes it feel a little bit more alive. I like the automatic tuning of the radios. I just click into the app and then it sends the frequency through to my radios, just reduces the workload a bit, makes things a little bit easier. On the other side of the ledger, you notice things like the pauses as it would upload my voice into the cloud, I guess, and then for the AI response to come back. So there's a little bit of a kind of a permanent delay going on. I think when you're actually flying, it would bother you less than what it might have when I recorded it in the video like this for you. So see how you go with that. I'd just like to see maybe a little bit more of a sense of progress during the missions, like maybe the cabin getting in touch with me, just telling me what the passengers are up to or what's going on. This gives me a bit of a sense of flow. And I just noticed in the VIP transport mission, and to a lesser extent that search and rescue mission, the mission very unceremoniously just suddenly came to an end, and I didn't really get much of a sense of satisfaction or payoff at the very end there. So I wouldn't have minded a little bit more of a disembarking the passengers and a little bit more action around those kinds of things. And then there was that classic taxiing thing where it was sort of very confusingly putting me down taxiways that were not helpful to me getting down to the runway. That's always going to be a problem with this kind of application. I really understand that. So we'll just have to see how they go with improving things like that. It didn't really hold me up in this mission. I just kind of took the sensible route down the taxiway and it all seemed to work out in the end. So look, there's a couple of things to work on there and a lot to like. I really like the sense of immersion, the fact that there's stuff going on in the simulator and that you're a real part of it. So don't forget those affiliate links in the video description, please. That would help me and the channel out if you were interested in entering into a SayIntentions subscription. With all that said, thanks for watching, and I do hope I'll catch you for another video soon. See you later.